Well, the Marlies lined up for their team photo here at the Ricoh Coliseum this morning, and noticeably absent strong contributor Jerry D'Amigo, though if he had his choice of being in the Toronto Marlies photo or the Toronto Maple Leafs photo, I'm guessing he would take the Toronto Maple Leafs photo. But it's always interesting in the American Hockey League to see who is in the team photo. A guy like Eric Knodel, who after a couple of games finds himself in the team photo. No doubt he's part of a strong future with the Toronto Marlies, but at the moment has only got a couple of games under his belt, but he is now officially a part of history in the team photo. Kevin, you and Kyle renewed early and got a unique opportunity. Tell us about it.
Well, today we were invited down as part of the early bird package to be a part of the Toronto Marlies team photo. So yeah, my son and I, Kyle, will be in the official team photo for this year. It's awesome.
What drives you to be a Marlies fan?
There's several things. Obviously, I won't lie. I mean, cost is a big thing. I can come here for a very decent price. I can have 2 season seats for a very affordable price. And the product on the ice. The product is absolutely amazing. These are, for the most part, young kids who aspire to be in the NHL. So the motto here is every game is a tryout, and it truly is. These guys, they don't give up. The score can be 7-1 in our favor or 7-1 against us, and the last 5 minutes of the game are every bit as exciting as the first 5 minutes. They don't stop playing.
As far as the Marlies are concerned, they have one magic point left before they clinch a playoff spot, and that means that the lineup may change just a little bit depending on what some of the other teams do and what they do this weekend.
Well, again, that's something that we probably will address, Todd. I think when we see what happens tonight with the Rochester Americans, that might have an impact on our decision moving forward with our lineup. But for us right now, we want to make sure that we do have a number of bodies here that we're keeping guys engaged, not only physically but mentally as well. So we've done a good job this year, I think, maintaining everybody's feeling that they feel that they're part of the hockey club, and that's something that we'll have to address as we move forward with the extra kids.
Going through this next 3 weeks with so many different guys in the lineup, it's been pretty fluid, but everybody's getting a pretty fair chance, so that ought to continue, I would think.
It will, and I think that's important, that everyone's engaged, that when we do get into the playoffs, everybody's in game shape, everybody's prepared to go. And for me, I think the guys have bought into it. It's not easy being a healthy scratch. Everyone's proud. They're all professional hockey players and they want to play, but they understand it's been a rotational basis because of the extra forwards, and they've made my job pretty easy because of the way they've handled it.
Jared Smithson, who is a longtime veteran of the National Hockey League, recognizes that the best tools are available here in Toronto with the Marlies organization to get better at his game.
I've been on NHL teams where we didn't have that stuff, so it's really huge especially for these young guys to take advantage of it and get the extra work in, and listening to these guys like Barb, who's such a good power skating coach, and Stevie, who's played the game forever, and even for our coaches, listening to Kinger and Gordo and guys that have played in the league and know what it takes. And most of the time it's just doing the little things. You've got the skill, you've got the speed, but it's just the thinking part, and those guys will definitely help out a lot. And I just stress, take advantage of it while you can.
How much of what you're doing out there is about thinking now, as opposed to maybe earlier in your career?
Yeah, a lot of it. A lot of it. Before it was, just get the skates on and go 100 miles an hour and, try to finish my checks. But, it's the game's changed a little bit. It is faster, but you do have to think a lot more. And as you get older, you realize that, and you realize, you can. You don't have to be 100 miles an hour all the time. Sometimes less is more, whether it's getting the proper angle on a guy or getting a stick in a certain position. And, as you get older and a little more experience, that stuff comes.
Brad Ross also recognizing that the coaching here in Toronto is exceptional, and recognizing as well that he needed to get some time underneath the skates in order to get better at his game.
It's amazing. I mean, you can improve every way, not only with your skill, but your skating, and, with the goalies, you always get in goalie sessions. And personally, I love it because I like to be on the ice doing stuff and being active, so it's good.
You're one of those guys that usually one of the last guys off the ice, usually one of the guys gets on there first. is that kind of on you to do as a player to kind of own that time to yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the start of the year, they always say, we have all these resources. It's up to you. It's not junior anymore. It's up to you to take advantage of them. And, I think everybody on the team does. You even have our captain, Trevor Smith doing drills after with, Kinger, like getting his skill better. So, we got a great work ethic on the team, and everybody takes advantage of, Barb and all those guys.
The Marlies' next 3 games in Utica on Friday night, back home at the Rico on Saturday afternoon against the Rochester Americans, and then Sunday against those same Utica Comets, right here at the Rico.